Okay, so in this video, we're going to be doing a review on One Step Ahead program, if it's going to work for you or make any money. Well, first of all, let me get this out the way. I do not recommend these types of programs. I'm not saying that trading binary options or trading currencies doesn't exist, because it absolutely does. I know people who trade binary options and they are very successful. But the main difference between those traders and these traders is the people I know have actually gone to school and learned how to trade. Alright, now I'm going to show you what this is all about, why I don't recommend it, and I'll also give you some alternatives at the end. Alright, but first of all, let me just tell you, this guy you're seeing, his name is Derick. He's not the owner of the program, he's not affiliated with the program, he's an actor. And if you don't believe me, you can go ahead here to Fiverr, and you'll actually see this guy right over here, where you can actually get somebody like him to do a review for you for $5. And obviously paid him a bit more because he makes 2 videos and speaks for quite a bit, of time. Now, that's the main reason I don't recommend these programs at all. A number of other reasons as well. They kind of pressure you into these programs. If you watch the whole video, he says something like, we're only taking 30 people. Well, guess what? This program is going to be out for a long time. I guarantee it's going to be out for about 6 months and probably even longer. This is what they do. It's mainly driven by marketers who are trying to make money. So they've chosen a particular broker in this company, and you'll have to put in $250 to get started, maybe more. And then, of course, the marketer who promoted this will get $250 as well. I have never come across a program that actually does work. All right, there are a few that do work, but they don't go ahead and market them with marketers because they've got like unlimited available copies. And the reason why is because when you're trading any sort of commodity, you need to have these 5 things in mind. The first thing you need is an actual mentor. You need somebody who you know and trust, and right from the get-go, these guys, you can't trust them. The second thing you need is a strategy. So they need to actually show you a strategy and how to use. And don't believe them when they say, no, they've got everything figured out, it's set up on autopilot and you'll be able to make money without doing a thing. It doesn't exist. The third thing you need is an understanding of indicators. All right, so whenever you're trading, you've got to understand how the trend in the market works. You've got to understand how to use candlesticks, stochastics, Bollinger Bands, all sorts of stuff. And if you don't know what that is, stay away from this. All right. The other thing you need to know is an understanding of the markets and how they influence each other. So, how the US influences Asia, influences Russia, all of that stuff. You need to understand how the markets influence each other. You also need, and this is the last and most important point, you need to understand how external factors affect the market. So a piece of software who's going to tell you, worked out through algorithms, that you should be trading up or down, they don't take into account all the catastrophes that happen in the world, like wars, explosions, hurricanes, all of that stuff has an effect on the market. That's why when people trade in a real room, they've got the news, so they can see it 24/7, because the news has a big effect on the market. And that's why any single piece of software is not going to help you trade. All right, now, if you want some alternatives to doing this, I would recommend going somewhere offline. Go to your bank, speak to a financial advisor, and ask them if they can send you to a school or somebody in the industry. I don't do trading anymore because it's super risky, but not just that. It's just major. It's really stressful. All right. I used to do it for quite a while and I made quite a bit of money on it, but I don't do it anymore because it just is really stressful. One of the ways they get you into trading is by doing something called dummy trading or paper trading, where you trade on the real market, but you're trading with like pretend money to see how you would actually do. And some people do very well, but the moment you actually start trading with real money, your emotions kick in and you kind of change into a different person. So it isn't just about learning all the strategies, it's about keeping your emotions in check. All right, now I actually do teach people how to make money online, and if you would like to learn about that, you can go ahead and click on the link below this video. It says takeopportunities.com. Go ahead and check it out. I actually use a system that works for me. I live in a third world country, and I've got success with the system. So if I can do this, so can you. If you live in a first world country, you have so many more advantages than I do, and I would highly recommend giving it a go. So rather than spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on something which may or may not work, rather invest in something that's going to help your future. So that's what I would recommend. So with that being said, I hope that I've at least warned you about this program and that you would take that into consideration. However, on the other hand, you know, I mean, I don't want to go here and call it a scam, because I'm not here about that. I'm trying to warn you. Right? If you want to go ahead and try this anyway, go for it and try it and get back to me in a week and say, hey Dave, you know, it actually does work. I would love to find out if this thing does work. But to be quite honest with you, I do reviews on these programs all the time, and I've never come across a program that's been funded or that's been driven by marketers that actually does work, because they're just in it for a quick buck. And what will happen is, in 6 months' time, they'll just revamp the program and, you know, do it again. And usually in these programs, there's a timer somewhere where it says you can only go in for a certain amount of time. And you know, this particular product, I still don't recommend. You know, the CFTC.gov, if you go to that website, they've actually issued warnings for people who use these programs. They've issued warnings and saying, please stay away from this. Make sure that the brokers they use are regulated. And very often the brokers they use are not regulated, which means if you put your money in, there's no police watching your money going in and out of the country. So if you want to go ahead and ask these people a question, you can go to the bottom right and ask them if the broker is regulated, and then ask them for their number, all right, and then go ahead and check it with the CFTC before you go ahead and give this a try. So with that being said, you have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side. Cheers guys, bye bye.